7, we have a go for main engine start. 4, 3, 2, 1, and liftoff.
It's the SFL nights it's the SFL nights with AJ Striker, with AJ Striker. It's the SFL nights it's the SFL nights with AJ Striker, with AJ Striker. Ashley Jackson about the action. SFL news, come and join with interaction. Whatever happens, happens. Yeah, you will leave with satisfaction. Yeah, tell your team and tell your captain.
We have a
All right, what is up, SFL Nation? Welcome back to SFL Nights with AJ Striker. Thank you so much for joining me today or tonight or whenever you decided to hit that play button or turn on that radio dial or tune in live. I'm glad you made it. Hey, and of course, I have to introduce my fantastic co-host back for another season with me, Mr. Nathaniel Diggs, aka Diggy. How you doing, Diggy?
I'm doing a lot better. I'm doing a lot better. I mean, I wish I could have been at the convention, but life happens, and there's always next year. So.
Exactly. Man, we had a good time. I will talk about that a little bit, in a little bit. But yeah, I would like my dream is to actually have the entire team to just come and we all just hang out together. I think San Diego actually had the most people, if I'm not mistaken. I think they had the most people there. And of course, chat, if you out there and you know exactly who had the most, let me know. But I do think it was San Diego. They represented really well out there. But man, so what's been going on? Off season was just that. We weren't even off. It was just nonstop. What were your thoughts on off season?
Off season, as first off season with y'all as the GM stuff over there, it was kind of busier than I kind of expected, but I loved every second of it. I enjoyed, getting to talk to more people. I enjoyed, the draft process with you all. I mean, every locker room's a little bit different when it comes to that. So I liked our look on it, and like you said, this season for y'all, we had a little bit more of, a few more fingers in the pie when it came to doing things, and it was, you know, a work in progress, but I think we've figured everybody out, and it'll flow a lot smoother for us. And it's just like you said, just getting to get a feel of how everybody does their stuff. So and I think after we did this off season, next off season is going to flow a lot better and smoothly, and we'll be able to see how everything goes. So like I said, I enjoyed it all. It was fun to watch some big moves made, and it was good to see the season kick off again, because man, I've been waiting. It felt like forever.
It did. It did. And to kick it off at the convention where everyone can just sit down and watch it live, you can literally see the disappointment or the happiness on their face, man. It is something to behold. So if you ever get a chance, or anybody that's listening that did not get a chance to go to this convention or have not been to one at all, get a chance, just come out to one. Hopefully it'll be in your neighborhood. Cam tries to go to different places, make things a little bit easier. So who knows where the next one's going to be, but either way, it's going to be a good time. So go if you can. Mike Torillo,
Nashville.
right? Mike Cirillo says that San Diego, he thinks, had 13 people there. Like I said, they were definitely deep, But it
So
was some great.
I gotta ask you, how do you not know 100% they had the most people there when you're rocking their stuff right behind you.
Because that's not my team. You know what I mean? The only reason why I have this is because Mr. Biff Markham was gracious enough to send this to me, and he did say if he sent it that he would like to see it somewhere, and so I have it somewhere. I just haven't had a chance to put everything up the way I want to yet. But like I was telling you, I'm trying to collect all flags, and it so happens that the flag that I got at the convention from Mr. Jason Peace, he actually bid on it. And I was like, come on, man. I was trying to get that flag. That's a momentum. Momentum. That's a memento for me. It'll mean a lot to me. And he was like, all right, just give me what you think is fair for it. So I have the Tulsa Desperados flag to add to my collection of flags, man.
You should
Um,
have saved that. You should have saved that. You should have said. You know we play them,
I know.
and you're gonna
We
fly
also
that
play,
thing out.
but we also
Put it
played them
down.
too.
Put it down.
Didn't we?
Put it.
But didn't we
You
play
bring
them?
that thing out next week. Bring it out next week.
Anyways, so guys, for those that have not been to a convention before, what's first? What's up, Grant? Nice to see you, man. Nice to see you. This is live. I know you probably was like, what? She actually called me out, but yeah. Um, so those that don't know, like towards the end of the convention, last days and things like, or the last day, um, we have an auction, and Kim, which is our commissioner, will purchase all of these flags from every team and two of the league flags. And so you bid on them. It's like a silent auction. I think the highest priced flag went for 200 and I want to say $65, maybe. They really wanted that flag. And I want to say it was BJ. I want to say it was BJ Lovelace that actually paid that for that flag. Um,
I knew he was hiding money somewhere. I
yeah,
knew it. I knew it. Thank you for putting that truth out there.
man. But
So what does
I mean,
what does the money
so
go to? Is it donated or does it roll back into the league or what happens with it?
yeah, I believe it rolls back into the league.
All right.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it was actually pretty dope to see people just outbidding each other, and apparently, there was one special number that just kept coming up, and I'm sure you know what that special number is. You used to see it all the time in chat until you couldn't. But so that particular number, a lot of flags went for that number as well as in like so it'd be like 200 and that number. I know it's pissing some people off that I'm not going to say it right now, but yeah, so it was all in good fun, man. First night was the Hall of Fame speeches. So if you didn't get a chance to check out Hunter Norwood's speech and my speech, you can actually check it out on Arizona Scorpions channel. I was a little bit nervous making that speech, even though Diggy, it's funny. I don't know why I got nervous because I talk to y'all all the time, but it's just something about making a speech that's really important that you want to try to get the right words out. You don't want to
Well,
sound stupid. You know.
you looked good. You dressed to impress. I told Eddie. I talked to Eddie on the phone and I said the way you rocked it going up to the podium. I was waiting for you to pull that Foxy Cleopatra thing out and it didn't happen and I was disappointed. But at the same time, I think speaking of how nervous it was, I think you made Cam a little bit more nervous than you were. I mean, I saw the mic incident.
No, man. So he had the mic set up too high for me. So I'm standing on my tippy toes just to talk, and he tried to help me adjust it and debacle. But yeah, it was cool. And what you guys didn't see, I don't know if T Roy is putting his out yet. T Roy made a beautiful speech and actually presented Cam with one of their rings.
Hmm.
Yeah, it was actually pretty dope. And then Cam got up there and said some words about all of us. But when it came to T Roy, he got a little bit emotional and it touched all of us. And it's moments like that, that video just doesn't give it justice. You got to be there to kind of witness how everything went. But um, that was great. And then Saturday was the game day kickoff. So we had a bunch of games that kicked off. Now I'm going to address something too, but first, Michael Torello says it's different when you can see the audience in front of you. 20 plus years in theater, and it's still nerve wracking to get on stage sometimes. Absolutely, man. It's right, because you can see their faces, you can see their expressions, you can see if they're joyous or if you're getting on their nerves. Hey, you need to wrap it up. Somebody told me, hey, don't make this 3 hours. I was like, but but we did have some great games that, and Diggy, I know you're gonna pretty much cover the couple that you watched, but it was so much going on that I watched, of course, the Arizona Scorpions game. I was able to catch a few more games too, but all of them were amazing. Let me go ahead and get these banners up so I can go over the scores with you guys, and then Diggy is going to let us know his thoughts on a few of them. So the Atlanta Swarm took on the Louisiana Revolution, where the Revolution won 19-13. Arizona Scorpions took on the San Diego Mavericks, where Arizona won 35-30. Los Angeles Vikings battled Las Vegas Fury, where Las Vegas won in a big way, 38-3. Tulsa Desperados took on the Denver Nightwings, where Denver won 27-14. The Portland Fleet took on the Seattle Nemesis, where Seattle won 42-35. Charleston Predators battled the DC Dragons, where Charleston won 31-28. Fort Worth Toros took on the Mexico City Aztecs, where Fort Worth won 27-3. Baltimore Vultures battled the Florida Storm, and Florida won 40-34. And, I'm going to talk about that in a second. Um, Motor City V8s took on the Carolina Skyhawks, where Motor City won 45-21. Minnesota Legends battled the Indianapolis Ramblers, one of my favorite rivalries in the SFL. And of course, Minnesota won 69-24. Canton Classics took on the Jacksonville Kings, where Jacksonville won 24-21. Houston Headhunters took on the Sioux Falls Sparrows, where Houston won 42-17. And lastly, the Vancouver Legion battled the Alamo City Artillery, where Alamo City won 24-17. So Diggy, now it's funny because um, that Baltimore game, I believe that was the first game that we watched, right? When they lost, like basically everybody lost their minds, because everyone feels like now they have a chance because they saw Baltimore lose, the first game of the season. Minnesota and Indianapolis, great game to watch, especially when that crew was in the building. I mean, Mickey Malello came out with a whole Sasquatch outfit, flipping off the Indianapolis. Oh my gosh, the whole thing was hilarious, man. And just to see that rivalry in motion as the game is going on, and then they're talking back and forth, and the stump indies and the check engine lights going. It was hilarious. Um, but our game, the Scorpions battled the San Diego Mavericks, and we were nervous. I mean, none of us sat down. It was Hunter Norwood, it was Eddie Gage, and myself. We did not sit down at all. Just watching the game, we had so much anxiety because it's the first game of the season. Of course, people talking smack about Eddie not being, wanting to be a part of this particular game, and he doesn't know if he has the heart or the drive for it anymore, things like that. And that pushed him to help us win this game. He worked extra hard on these playbooks to ensure that happened. So, um, yeah. What were your thoughts on that?
Uh, I was just excited to watch football again. I was excited to see us all back out on the field, especially with the new faces we've got this season, and to be able to see in this game um, some different stuff than we saw from the last game. I mean, we really I was gonna say some about it in some other review, but um, it was nice to see some of the fullbacks really take off this week, and we saw that with Williams for us. I mean, it was great to see that. It was great to see some of these guys who have a hard time getting the ball, get the ball, and I think it made a lot of people who've kind of been waiting for their moment to shine extremely happy this week. So I liked that. As far as our game went, I was happy with it. You know, there's always room for improvement every week, but I didn't like the touchdown called back after the replay. I think he got rolled into the end zone, and then I had I got confused there at the end. I mean, it was a battle. It was a battle until the end there, and when they got that onside kick and it got touched and they got to kick it again, I was looking at the TV and I was like, what is going on? Why didn't we get the ball back right there? Why didn't we get the ball? They messed it up. But it all worked out. It was an extremely exciting game, and I'll tell you what. For the first couple games I watched, I was like, man, these are some high scoring games here. I mean everybody's getting 40 points, and I mean I was like, whoa. I was kind of actually surprised by that. So
It's crazy because even when we make our pick'ems tonight, we're still like getting used to everything. We're still getting used to the new game and how it works. And if you took the time out to watch those games, everybody has a different look, which is what Cam wanted. They wanted you to be able to progress differently so that you have your own identity. But it's crazy because even when you're making these picks, you really don't know. Like sometimes you get a gut feeling like okay, in past, this is what typically would happen. But now it's like you got to second guess yourself. Like even with that Motor City V8's game versus Carolina, I mean, they showed that they look like a whole new team, which is I think one of the reasons why rebranding and getting a new game, getting a fresh outlook, a fresh take was important for the league because my thoughts were if you continuously see the same team winning over and over and over and over again, then you're gonna be less likely to want to participate because you're like, okay, so why am I doing this? What is in it for me? So, but before we start our picks for week 2, I mentioned before I went on my vacation that we have a sponsor, that the show has a sponsor. And I want to send a special shout out, special thanks to Mr. Shabazz Synergy for giving me the opportunity to promote his product. So give us a few minutes to get our week 2 listing together while you take a minute to listen to our new sponsor. Okay.
What is up, SFL Nation? Tonight, I've got some fantastic news to share with all of our listeners and viewers out there. We have an exciting new sponsor on board, MyFootballTools.com. Now, let me tell you, MyFootballTools.com is your one-stop shop for everything Sims football related. Are you a scout or coach looking to analyze your game film with precision? Look no further than the Scouting Worksheet, an essential tool for breaking down plays and gaining a competitive edge. But wait, there's more. Calling all broadcasters out there. MyFootballTools.com has something special for you, the Vocabulary Toolbox. This 11-page PDF is jam-packed with terms and phrases that will take your broadcast to a whole new level. And if you're a broadcaster who needs to stay organized and have quick access to team information during live games, the roster sheet is your new best friend. And now for the big announcement. A partnership with the one and only Jermaine Destro Smith, y'all. You know, all those stunning uniforms and stadiums that you've been seeing on game day? Well, it's Destro who had a hand in designing many of them. Now, his design services are exclusively available on myfootballtools.com. Whether you are a team owner or player, let Destro help to make your uniform and stadium design dreams come to life in 4K 23 mod with all new Ultimate Custom Design Package that includes 3 sets of uniforms and a complete stadium redesign. Head on over to myfootballtools.com now and take advantage of this opportunity and take your game to the next level. And because you are a faithful follower of my show, you get 10% off all of your purchases by entering the code SFL Nights. That's all one word, SFL Nights. Thanks goes out to myfootballtools.com for sponsoring the show. Let's get back to it.
All right. So, myfootballtools.com, man. It's gonna be a. I actually looked at the literature that is going to be available for everyone, and I wish that I had that when I started off broadcasting, because if when I had my one game, right, you sometimes you find difficulty trying to find the right words to describe something because you don't want to sound redundant, and he has a bunch of ideas, different terminologies, and it's separated by position. So let's say the quarterback. How would you describe what a quarterback does in more ways than one, or the injuries they may sustain, or the hits they may take, things of that nature. So it'll be it's very beneficial, especially if you are starting off, or if you just want to just sharpen, your vocabulary amongst other things. So,
Mm.
but Diggy, so let's go over week 2. I'm gonna let you read off everything and see what are your thoughts.
Well, first, you know, I didn't know this announcement was coming with what exactly it was, so congrats on that, and congrats to Destro there with my football tools, bringing SFL nights, some SFL delights with a 10% discount. I mean, it's yeah, man, it's all good news. So
Indeed.
kicking off, first I'm gonna say I don't think I'm gonna fall for the week 1 loss on Baltimore. Congrats to Florida on the big win. Um, but I'm pretty sure Florida's riding high with that. But at the same time, I'm sure the higher up in Florida will also tell you it was week 1, and everybody has that little grain of salt that they take. I mean, even if Eddie would have knocked Baltimore in week 1, he would have said the same thing. It's week 1. It's a guessing game, and nobody knows really what to expect, especially within the new game. And it's only going to get tougher the more weeks we add on. So I'm excited for this season. So uh, speaking of Destro, like I said, I didn't know, but I reviewed DC's game. so so we'll start off with that one, and trust me, my second review is going to be so much quicker, so much quicker. It was DC, and they played Charleston.
Mm-hmm.
So amazing stadium, by the way. If you want to see the work Destro can do, I mean, right off the bat, I love their stadium. Their stadium's it's awesome. But Charleston got DC in kind of a hole early. They were down by 10, and in the second, Sam Harrison had a beautiful kick return for a touchdown. But just like that, um, what was? Hang on, we're both just brand new back to this. I lost my spot and I was just here.
And this is live, so it can't be cut,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, no. You had your knocking the rust off, right at the beginning. I got mine. Okay. Um,
We
Kevin
didn't get
Say
that
ended up
long.
breaking one for it. Yeah, Kevin Say broke a great run for a touchdown. Um, to get DC their first lead of the game. Highland got his second touchdown uh, to give Charleston the lead back, and that was quickly followed by a touchdown by Benjamin Warner right before the half. So they had a solid lead up there. DC's Chuck Stellar, he had a great run, which got DC within 3 points. And I've already addressed that. This was a good week for a lot of these fullbacks and backups. So I'm curious to see if that's a continuing trend. So, like I said, that got him back within 3. Lakeman had a
Okay.
great game. He was able to find Murphy to get them back up by 10. But DC, they fought really hard in this one, um, all the way until the end, where they got another touchdown with like 51 seconds left. But the onside kick just didn't go in their favor as they fell 31-28. Um, and one thing I kind of wanted to bring up about this game is you hear it all the time in the last game, that the kiss of death, pretty much, right? When they get those kick returns for a touchdown, and you know when DC got that, well, who was it? Yeah, Sam Harrison. When Sam Harrison did that, it was like, is this gonna roll over into the new game? Is it still gonna be a thing where sometimes you're like, oh man, we got that return for a touchdown. Are we gonna lose this one? So we'll see. We'll see. But it was a fun one. It's always fun watching DC, and Charleston as well. Charleston fights hard, and they fought hard last season too. It's just some of those games didn't work out for them, but it was a good first game for both of them.
Indeed. Indeed. Week 1, you never know what you're gonna get. What was your second game?
Second game was Indy and Minnesota, and the review of that one is I did not know Sasquatch could drive a car because he backed that thing over and then drove over again. And that's pretty much my review on that one. But again, like you said, week 1, I'm sure Chad's gonna be hitting the books, and that they're gonna come out strong week 2. So don't take nothing to heart this week.
Right. Chad's gonna come after you for that statement, right?
Hey, Chad came after us during the draft on our picks, so it's all fair right
Well,
now. We're even.
that's
Yeah,
true. That's true.
we're even.
That's true. Good deal, man. Good deal. It was fun. It was fun. I think it was even better to watch it with everyone in person because, like, people. Okay, for those that were around me during my game, I just wanted to apologize again. I get really, really caught up in my game, and Diggy, you already know.
Did you
So
punch
when
some? Did
we're
you
in
punch
the
somebody?
voice
Or
channel, no, but the way I was screaming and yelling, you thought I was going to. But it was all in good fun. You know what I mean? And it was funny because it was 3 of us and like 13 San Diego members. And I was the loudest one probably because I was invested, and then they were over there talking a little smack and stuff like that. So I was like, oh, and it's different when you in my face, you right there and I can hear what you're saying. But no, it was all in good fun. We wound up hugging at the end. We even took shots together at the end of it. Probably the only
so
time you
how
were actually were drinking with your competition. But I
how
mean,
bad was it? I need an example. Was Eddie like telling you, "Hey, calm it down. I can't fight 14 people on my own"? What was it? I mean, how bad was this?
it was bad enough to where who was it? It was BJ Loveless and it was BJ, and I want to say it was Juan, Mississippi. They were sitting like about maybe 3 rows ahead. And there was a play that I thought was BS, and I called it out, and I did it. I use a little profanity, when I'm heated.
You cuss
And
words? Come
shut up,
on.
shut up. But yeah, I let it rip, and they turned around like, Ashley, was that you? I was like, well, yeah, man, this is a very sensitive time for me. I need y'all to understand that this is not a game, But I mean, it is, but it's not, But yeah, walking
You
away.
just dropped that. I made the Hall of Fame. I don't need to wash my mouth no more, huh? That's, yeah.
But you want to talk about onside kicks, bro?
Hmm.
With Cliff, getting a second chance to make it. So it was a lot of drama in those games, but it's emotional content. That's what we pay for. That's what we play. That's why we play. That's why sports fans watch sports. When you win, you're emotional. When you lose, you're emotional. That's what we pay for. So, but let's go ahead and get on with week 2, so we can let these good people go back home, go back to their lives, Diggy. So,
Yes.
first up, let me pull it up. I had it. Okay, first game is going to be on Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern, and that is going to go to Indianapolis. So, Diggy, who you got?
Are you writing it down?
No.
Well, let me get to it real quick so I can here, because like I said last season, I don't need nobody changing their
I'm
stuff
disappointed.
up.
Oh my gosh, bro, I can't cut this, Diggy.
All right, I'm good. I'm good. So you said
This is what you
Mexico and
guys
Indy.
miss.
Mexico and Indy.
Yes.
Okay. Man. Both of these teams are going to want to come back extra hard this week, especially with Mexico dropping
Mhm.
like they did. I'm I don't know, Chad and Ramos. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Indy. I'm gonna go Indy.
Really? Okay. Well, I'm gonna go
Yeah.
the other way. I'm going Mexico City Aztecs.
Okay.
Very good. I think
Yep.
Mexico City. Okay. No, now we don't change it. You can't change it.
Nope. I got
Now,
it
I
right here.
will say this. Only reason. Okay, but one of the reasons why I'm going with Ramos in this is because he was one of the ones that was helping Cam when they were kind of discovering the game. So he may have a little bit more knowledge than Chad. But then I think Chad was actually working. Actually, I think Chad was working with him too. Now that I think about it, so that's pretty even. I think it's going to
Well,
come down to talent. Who's going to utilize their talent better?
Indy scored 21 more points last week than against
Hmm.
Minnesota.
Good point.
So,
Good point. Good point. Who we got next?
uh, at 1:15 Eastern is Jacksonville versus Motor City.
Mm, that's going to be a good game. The way Motor City played, and like I said, it is week 1. I get it. No one knows what we're going to do. I like the way they looked. So with that, I think I'm going to go with Motor City V8s on this one.
I think I'm gonna agree with you on that. Jacksonville added a whole lot of new blood on that team, so I'm gonna stick with the group that's been a little bit more together and
Seasoned.
it's got a little bit more
Yeah.
chemistry. Yeah, so I'm gonna go with Motor City on that one as well.
All right. Saturday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, game 3 will be the Louisiana Revolution taking on the Canton Classics. It's going to be a good game to watch as well. Canton is going to try to prove, to save face from last season. Kind of started off hot and then kind of fizzled out a little bit. So, um, And then with Louisiana Revolution had a very good showing during this game. They actually won. So I think I'm going to go with the Revs on this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Louisiana. Sorry.
Okay. All right. No worries. All right. Diggy, who we got next?
We got a. I think we got a good one next. Sorry, I can't get this on. It is
Okay.
Minnesota and ACA.
Hmm.
I'm I already know where I'm going.
Well, say it.
Well,
Go
you're supposed to
ahead.
go first because I named the game off. But since we're wasting people's time, I'm gonna go Minnesota.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with you on that. That's what my head is telling me. Minnesota.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. Next up, we have the Seattle. I'm sorry, on Saturday at 9 p.m. We have the Seattle Nemesis taking on the Fort Worth Toros, and they're going to be in Fort Worth.
Mm, you know what? I'd like to see Seattle take that game. I'd like to see Seattle win. So I'm gonna go Seattle
I
over Fort
mean,
Worth.
it's like the type attack, versus seasoned quarterback in Dunhill. And I think I'm going to go the other way. I think I'm going to go with Fort Worth. I'm going to go with Fort Worth because they are a little bit more seasoned. Now, Seattle has been showing promise, and I believe that Seattle is going to go far. Doug Day, um, T. the Queen, Polly Truth, all of them over there doing their thing. Ethan Kai, they're all doing their thing, and I do believe that they're definitely going to win more than 4 games this season. I just don't know if Fort Worth is going to be the first one, but we'll see. All right. So next up, we have the Sioux Falls Sparrows taking on the San Diego Mavericks at 9:15 p.m. on Saturday. Diggy, who you got? Or do you want me
Oh,
to go first?
can you scoot over a little bit? You scoot over a
What?
little bit to the side, other way.
What?
It's right behind you. I'm gonna go
That's
SDM right there.
you
On SDM.
gonna send it.
And since you
But you
got
gotta
that
see.
gift, that'd be kind of shady for you not to go SDM this week too.
It would be kind of shady, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It would be.
But you're gonna
That's
throw
why
it, aren't you? You're gonna go the other way.
no, man. Actually, I am gonna go with San Diego, and reason being,
Okay.
the way they played us, they
Mm-hmm.
are a force to be reckoned with. Hunter McWaffle, oh my, the Waffle House. Listen, he gave us fits during that game. He was one of the reasons why I couldn't sit down. That game changed when Johnny went down. You know, and he went down for I think like maybe a quarter and a half or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But Hunter was the one that was killing us. So they
Oh,
better
don't
be
read.
ready.
And they got Cliff too.
And they got Cliff, Clutch Cliff. Yeah, absolutely. Special teams. Oh my God, man, you had to be there when he would just yell that out, and he was doing it for everybody's game. It was hilarious. I told him that needs to be a meme. But yeah, going with San Diego on that one. Carolina on Sunday, 6:30 p.m. The Carolina Skyhawks will be taking on the Baltimore Vultures in looks like in Baltimore. I'm going with Baltimore, even though both these teams lost um, over the weekend. Carolina show promise, but it just seems like that second quarter just went and just and bit them. And if they can get over that curse of the second, like not second quarter, the second half, I believe that they can go far. But in this particular game, I'm definitely going to go with Baltimore on this one. I think that T Pat had that extra fire, losing the first game. TJ and T Pat are going to be very, very adamant about winning probably the next few in a row. So,
Hmm. Uh, like you said, losing week one, it is what it is. Not taking away anything from anybody, but there's they can't game plan for week one. They kind of got something to work with this week. So, and like you said, they've kind of been the tip of the spear a little bit when it comes to helping Cam with this game, and they've been in that crew that helped the transition. So they know a lot about it. They don't fall 2 weeks in a row. So I'm going
no,
Baltimore.
no, I don't see it. Next up, it's Sunday on Sunday, 6:45 p.m. Eastern. Florida Storm will be taking on the Queen City Corsairs. Also should be a good game. I like the way Florida looked. I like the way they look. They look like the Florida of old. Week one. Will that continue? I'm not sure. But I think I'm going to go ahead and give them the edge over this one. Even though it's going to be in Queen City, I noticed that just because you're playing at home, it's not a guaranteed win for you either, like it used to be in 2K8. Well, more seemingly so in 2K8. Not here. So, yeah, I want to go with Florida.
I'm gonna go Florida as well. I want to see what I mean. QCC's done a lot again, with readjusting a little bit more of the staff again this offseason, and then with the picks they made in the draft, how they're gonna work them. So I'm gonna go Florida, and to give QCC just a little bit more time so I can kind of see what they got going on, and I'll go from there. But I'm gonna go Florida this week.
Gotcha. On Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern, the Tulsa Desperados will be taking on the Arizona Scorpions at home. So, of course, we're going to Arizona, definitely.
I don't know. This is
Um,
tough for
but
me.
I will say, I will. Anybody looking for a GM? No, but yeah, we definitely have the prowess. We definitely have the momentum. Whether we keep that, is a different story. I do know that Eddie is working very hard on these playbooks. He always does. I know that Tulsa is doing the same thing over there with their crew. So I think it's gonna come down to who's gonna be careful with the ball. So I think that we will. And so, did you want to elaborate on that?
No, no, I'm picking Arizona. Picking Arizona. Good luck. Good luck this week though.
All
But it should
righty.
be a good. It should be a
Last
good
game.
game. So,
Oh, definitely. Last game will be for Sunday. It's 9:15 p.m. Eastern. The Los Angeles Lakers taking on the Denver Nightwings. Denver will be at home. Who you
I'm
got?
I'm going I'm going Denver. I'm going Denver.
You going
I
Denver?
mean, it's nothing against the Lycans at all. None of these picks are against anybody, but I want to see what they're able to do because we had so many teams last week really have those low scoring games like that. So I mean, either it just didn't work out for them, or maybe it was a game plan they wanted to try out with it being week one and it didn't flow for them. So until I can see what some of these teams really got envisioned for the season and what they really want to try, because some of this stuff didn't work week one, I'll readdress some stuff. But I'm gonna go Denver this week.
Okay. And I'm going to tend to agree with you. I think that they're still working out some kinks. I think that, Um, if the mindset is still the same from last season, then they're definitely going to have to do a reset as far as coaching goes. Um, and until I can see that play out on the field, I think I'm going to go with Denver on this particular game. But LA does have they have the tools that they need to win. You know, it's just about and everybody. I could say this about everybody, but them especially. You know, they just need to find their niche, and once they find that, which having this game is going to allow everybody to find their niche and what they're good at. I think that they'll be a force to reckon with. Um, but last game, very last game of the week will be on Monday night at 8:15 p.m. Eastern, and it will be the DC Dragons taking on the Atlanta Swarm. Diggy, who you got?
Um, man, this is a good game to have on a Monday night. Two great teams. Um, I'm leaning more towards. I know Atlanta's going to put the work in. Atlanta always puts the work in, but I'm just leaning towards DC with what we kind of have been seeing with the run game and what we saw last week with Kevin Say and Stellar and they got that brand new fullback this offseason, and we've seen how impactful it is so far. And a lot of teams are needing to find out a way to kind of figure out how to stop that powerhouse thing right now. So I'm going to lean towards DC this week until teams kind of figure some stuff out. So go DC.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go the other way. Now, listen, Destro, Shabazz, thank you so much for the opportunity to represent um, you guys, and I know that you guys are gonna go far. You know,
Mm-mm.
but when you are playing Atlanta, when you're
Don't.
playing Atlanta, what?
This is going to be a record for quickest pulled sponsor right now. This
What?
one show, one show. He's
Okay,
going to be
first
like,
off,
hey, I'm gonna sponsor you, and then you ain't even gonna pick me week one.
so what you want me to do? What you
Oh
want me to lie? What you want me to be like? Okay, well, you know, just because they're sponsoring me, I need to go with them every time. Now, there
no,
will be some
I
times that
didn't
I
say that. I didn't say that.
okay.
I didn't say
So
that. But
what? Okay,
you go ahead,
Destro and
take your shoes off
Shabazz
and
and all
walk
they know
across the
my heart.
coals. Oh man, yeah, you go ahead. I think I might need to leave.
Shut up.
I don't. I don't want to see
As
your
I was
DM
saying,
after this is over.
listen,
He said everybody else gets 20% off now. AJ, you got to pay an extra 10. That's,
that was not a part of my contract. But no. I'm saying yes, they do have that. Both teams, like I said, it's hard to call these games anyway. You got a 50-50 chance. It's hard, especially because we're on a new platform. We don't know how this is gonna go, right? Um, it is difficult, and my point was, it's difficult to play Atlanta at the Hive. Meaning, well, when I mentioned earlier that there is no guarantee for you to win your home game, right? I just think that if you're comparing the running games and things like that, or if you're comparing the two, I think that Atlanta just has a few more sure-footed pieces on them versus DC. That's all I mean. It's just a slight edge, and I don't think it's going to be like a total blowout. You know, because DC definitely has the pieces that they need to do what they have to do. However, I think by Atlanta playing at the Hive, they've always showed strength and prowess. So yeah, I'm thinking they're going to win by one score game. That's it. What? Don't give me that look. Anyway, all right, video. I would like to add video footage of AJ's passion for the game does exist. It does exist. It sure does. AJ, like many others, has a lot of passion for her games. You're right. Um, Yeah, that video is out there somewhere, and I believe that Ron Haynes may actually have that video. I don't know if he actually cut it specifically, but yeah, he definitely has a lot of it. But all right, that is our week two picks, everybody. I'm going to invite anybody that wants to come up that was at the convention or either that watched the convention from home. If you have any questions that you want to just come up and ask, or you can just drop them in the chat. I'm going to put the link invite in the chat so you guys can come up and say a few words. I see Mike Torillo in the chat. I see Grant Hardaway. I see RH Video. So y'all want to go ahead and come up? You can.
I'm gonna say this real quick while you're working on that.
Yeah.
AJ and I messaged each other our picks for week one, so everybody's not confused when we continue to roll. We were
Good point.
6 wins, 7 losses. We picked the same picks for week one, so yeah, those surprises knocked us. Otherwise, we'd have had a winning record right off the bat.
Yeah. Hey man, the whole thing is a surprise, bro.
I
Like I
hope
said, the whole thing is a surprise. I have no idea.
you need to. Too bad you can't edit this because it's live now. I was gonna say you
Mhm.
might as well just change this to the last night with AJ Striker. Once Deathstroke sees this thing
Stop,
right here.
no, he is. Stop it. Listen, I've always said this: if you don't like what I said, just show me on the field. That's it. You already know how it goes, Ziggy. Don't act. They know too. Anybody that's watched all these 275 shows know that I don't mean no harm. This is just all in fun. So oh shit. Oh my god. Well,
See,
there we
it's
go.
live now.
It is.
Here's
It
AJ,
is.
everybody.
T Roy, my boy T Roy, the original host of co-host of SFL Nights. And he, oh, by the way, Diggy, he definitely let me know in my speech when I made it, that I didn't mention him. So yes, T Roy was one of the very first co-hosts that I ever had on my show. I thank you so much, T Roy, for being, one of the building blocks, being a part of that foundation. We had some really great conversations. We had some really great laughs together, and I appreciate all of that you've done for me, brother. Okay.
He's in the chat.
So,
Bring him on now.
yeah,
Get back on the show
I,
right now.
I put the links in. They could join. Everybody can join.
Uh,
Anybody can join right now. All I gotta do is just click the link.
yeah,
That would be
get back
nice.
on the
Come on up
show.
here. But yeah, man, it's just yeah, we had a good time though. That whole the whole convention, and actually, it was something special to be, the very first woman inducted into the Hall of Fame. Um, to have made such an impact that honestly, I didn't really think I didn't know I was making, you know. Because when I do this, I'm doing it for fun. I'm doing it because I really like to. I'm doing it because I'm, just chilling with everybody. But what I didn't know was that it was actually making a difference, a positive difference in people's lives. And a lot of people shared how they felt about me, with me. And I think that meant a whole lot to me because I had no idea. When people are watching these shows, I'm thinking that they're just watching it for the interviews, that they're watching it for the guests and for the people that are on there. But what I didn't realize, I guess, is that people actually watch it for me too. And for those, I thank you. Like Maddie was he is probably one of my biggest fans. And he let me know that when I met him. Actually, when I met him in Vegas last convention. But even like this time around, he literally had a song ready for me and he sung it for me live. And he has such a beautiful, beautiful voice, Maddie, if you're out there, I do have that song recorded. I will not play it for anybody else unless you give me permission to. But that's my little personal gift from you, and I really appreciate it. So, shout out Maddie for that. And if you did not get a chance to watch the very first part of this show, It was actual footage that was taken from the convention, different pictures. That was a combination of pictures from the community and from Ron Haynes and from the drone shots that Mike Daggs took. Man, Diggy, I would love to see you play flag football. They were out there serious, man.
Yeah, I
They were
heard. I
serious.
was actually gonna say, uh, thanks to whoever did the drone stuff. I mean, like I said, I
Mike,
was already sitting here at home. Every time I saw something, I was like, man, I wish I could have went. Man, I wish I could have went. Like all weekend, and I hollered at BJ a couple times. I talked to Eddie a couple times, and I was like, man, this sucks. I couldn't make it, and I watched the flag football thing as long as I could because some of that spinning stuff, I was like, oh, okay. But the highlight video was good. And man, who'd have known? Who'd have known? Cam could ball out a little bit. Who'd have known?
right? That surprised the heck out of me, man. I was like, Kim over there making plays? What?
Some of those, some of those passes, I think I saw one. Hang on a second. I saw one, and if I would have been there, I'm not. I'm a Bears fan. I'm a Bears fan. I love my Bears. But I saw one, and it was an awesome pass, and it went like right through Jay Ballmer, and it was that touchdown pass. Oh, it was beautiful. It was an amazing pass. But I was on the phone with BJ, and I said, man, I would have been like, I bet a cowboy would have caught that. Bet a cowboy would have intercepted that ball. Just to hear what he had to say, because the first question out of my mouth when they did picks was, did Bomber say something about Texas teams before the game? He said yes, he did.
Texas, you know it. You know it. Nothing from Texas. But
Yeah, I
yeah,
had
it
to
was it
mess
was
with him though. I'd have had to say something about it.
but yeah, it was good to see everybody out there, man. And my thing was because the night before, I told everybody, listen, go to bed and stretch in the morning. Make sure that you're drinking water. Like I felt like the mom figure because I don't know. It was Jeffrey Daggs that was out there. Jay Blummer, relatively young. Everybody else was, a little bit older, like 35 up. Like, listen, all y'all need to stretch. Everybody. You're not gonna be tearing no Achilles tendons or any of that out here. And look who decided to join us, Diggy. Let me move
Hey,
this out the way. Hold on.
I will say this.
Hey,
I heard Eddie showed up late to the flag football game because he had overslept a little bit, and I told him, I
yep.
said, did you miss the flag football game just because you didn't want to show everybody up and there was a chance, or what was it? He said, man, I just overslept.
Well, he had an excuse. I completely missed that.
Yeah, you did. I thought you was gonna be out there. Everybody, this is T. Roy Gaines, good friend, great friend of mine, and that one I wanted to take many pictures with, but he said I was only limited to like 9. So
Yeah, she wanted to
um,
take like 15, 20. I was like, no, 9. Yeah, I didn't even want to do 9. She wanted to do 9. What the heck?
Hey, since you brought that up about the host thing, why don't you do this blast from the past season right here, and you join us the rest of the season? How about that?
Because I'm on the broadcast team now, so I won't be able to do it. Uh-oh. Did I see somebody else? Oh,
no, it's
wait a
like
minute.
Sorella. I
What's
see
up,
you. Good
Michael?
evening.
Well,
But yeah, no, I'm part of the broadcast team now, so I got that to and I'm happy that I'm back on the team now. So I got that work to look forward to, especially tomorrow. We have I have the Minnesota Alamo City game. So
yeah, that'll be a good one for you.
yeah, it should be a
Yeah.
good one.
Yeah, I love hearing T Roy on the call. And he works really well with um Damon. I think Damon was like your very first partner, wasn't he?
Yeah, and that's who I'm with this season is me and Demond.
Nice. Nice. That's gonna be good. I like it when also Damon and Eddie are together too. Like those, there's just certain tandems that just sounds they bounce off each other and they balance each other so well. Um, but yeah,
There's an
you
inside joke with Demond and Eddie, but I'm gonna leave that between them two.
well, you can tell me later. But yeah, I can't wait to hear you on the call, man. And I understand why you left originally. You know what I mean? Life gets in the way, and you got stuff going on, and you want to just be able to give you your all, um, in everything you do. So, um,
Well, see,
but you had
my
a beautiful.
jokingly excuse was trying to win those rings. The serious excuse was I was tired and depressed. So that was the actual excuse, but also wanting to help my team win is the other excuse.
You need a vacation. You need to literally take some
I'll get
time
one in
off. Like,
November. Get one in
please take
November.
it.
That's my Christmas shopping vacation. Do it in November instead of December.
You
Well,
still.
you should you should try to with that game ACA in Minnesota. You should get BJ on and somebody from ACA. ACA. I mean, they both them teams got big personalities. So
Yes, they do.
Oh yeah.
you should
Oh
do
yeah.
like a pregame show. That would be awesome.
Now, not for see, I don't run the show. You got to talk to Cam about that. But that sounds like a good idea, especially with BJ on Minnesota side. And you got Mr. Thick and Juicy himself on the other side.
That's what I was getting at.
Bo Martin Jr.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Bo.
that would be
Big
an
Bo.
interesting combo with those two on.
If they want to come on, look, I already put it out there. Y'all know I'm doing the post game interviews. If y'all want to do some pre-game interviews, like if your game is on Monday and you want to do a pre-game interview, I would have no problems with doing that for you. You know, it's just going to be hard because, yeah, Cam controls like what happens to be able to have like some people that represent each other. Am I? Looks like I was lagging. Yeah, it would be nice to have that kind of come that battle right before the battle.
Hmm.
But T Roy, tell
Did
us
you
about your
you have a hot
experience.
topic?
For
No.
Tell
no,
us about
this
my
is just
serious
like
about what?
people that wanted to come up and talk about their time about the convention.
Oh, okay, okay. Shoot, I'll be honest with you. I wish that
Yeah.
I'm still in the convention right now. It was a great time meeting everybody there, including you, Ashley, and people. They see me as oh, you. Hey, I remember you now. What's going on? So it was like seeing everybody at the convention was just so heartwarming, in my opinion. I honestly wish that one, I was feeling better. If you remember me telling you this, I only had like 2 hours of sleep the night of the convention. No, sorry, the night before the convention, and 4 hours of sleep before that. So I was like half awake, going on and drilling and coffee and all that stuff. So I wish I would felt a lot better than I did that weekend, so I can enjoy it uninterrupted. Well, I think I had to lift midway through Saturday's schedule because I was literally about to fall asleep because my lack of sleep, unfortunately. So that's on me on that one. But yeah, I like to relive that. That was so much fun meeting everybody for the first time in person and meeting old friends for the first time. Not the first time because me and you, we talk through this platform and with Michael and of course everybody else on the broadcast thing, we talked for that platform, and then my teammates that were there, and with Dr. T Pat and Nate Brown, meeting them through the locker room, and of course through the shows, your show. So just be able to see everybody and connect with everybody and see everybody having a good old time. I enjoyed it, and I wish that the convention was longer, and I would love to relive that if possible. I know it's not, but can't wait for the next one. I'll try to make it to the next one.
Yeah, that it always is like a bittersweet sweet thing. Like when you get there, you're excited, you're hanging out, you're having a good time. But when you are at the airport heading back, or oh, that's another thing. Ooh, pissed me off. But anyway, when you're at the airport, like back and or where your mode of travel, there is a sense of sadness that you feel because you know that it's going to be probably. I mean, unless you live right down the street from some of these people, it's going to be like a whole other year, before you see them again. You talk to them, of course, but it's different when I can actually see you and I can hug you and really talk to you and stuff like that. So, um, but yeah, I get that. That
Way
was
to
a
down.
nice trophy, huh?
I said, way to bring it down. Can we talk about something happy? I like my food. What was the best catered meal there? I got to know something good.
Dude,
I don't
they
want to
had
hear.
them tacos on Saturday for lunch, I believe. Man, they were the bomb.
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
them tacos.
Those tacos were amazing. I had some barbecue brisket. They catered for us. It was good. They had some fried chicken, but I didn't. Of course, that was gone by the time I got up there. So I had some brisket, had some Southern style potato salad. The only thing they did was add a ton of mustard in it. Um, I was told that the biscuits were amazing, but I was afraid to try them because I was afraid they were going to be dry. But they was like, "Hey, man, those things are on point." So um, it was pretty good stuff. And then we went like out to go get food sometimes. Like I had this brisket mac and cheese that was really good to like chop brisket on top, and then it was like nice and creamy and cheesy. It was really good. Um, but Mike Torello says, "I feel you on the travel. I have a story about getting home on Monday." Well, Mike, you can feel free to come up here if you like and tell it, or you can tell us in the chat. Um, but before I get into my travel story, real quick, T. Roy, that trophy that T Pat gave you of your player was awesome. How did that
Yes, it
make you
was.
feel?
I was shocked, and that was like dead on my player. Only thing that's different is that the helmet had our actual team's logo instead of the All Pro Football generic logo, since it was based off my All Pro Football motto. Uh, but that thing was sweet. I was super shocked when after I got done with my speech, Cam told me just stay there. Somebody's coming up, and I see T Pat coming up with the trophy. I was like, oh my god, I wasn't even expecting that. What's funny about that trophy? I didn't know, of course, that was happening. TJ and T Pat did their best to keep under wraps, but I told them that I'm switching my number back to 35, and that should have gave me a hit when TJ was like, "Why are you switching to 35? You always be remember as 34." It's like I wore 34 for about 4 seasons. I didn't know that was going to be a thing, and I didn't realize. Oh yeah, you're talking about the trophy there. It's like, oh,
Nice.
okay, now I know why he wasn't. He was a little bit apprehensive of me switching to 35.
Yeah, you see it. I
But
got it on the screen now.
yeah, I
Hmm.
see it. Man,
Yeah,
that's an amazing trophy. It's dead on.
He said the
it
guy on the
is.
trophy is a little bit more jacked than he is. So that's
Hey, be real with you. Yeah, that's true. Hey, at least that
And I was
guy
telling everybody.
on. Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead, dear. You're fine.
I'll say at least that guy on the trophy. At least his butt's not shaking while he's trying to truck somebody, just like in all pro football. I'm not going to miss
What
that in
is
all
up
pro
with you
football.
and the butt shaking off?
Do you look? You ever see my
Only
touchdown
you.
runs back when I was the halfback? It looked like I was shaking my booty each time I was running. Each time I took a step, booty shake. Come on now.
No, man. Ain't nobody paying attention to that but you.
hey, he
I
said,
did.
hey, he said, never mind. I ain't gonna say that. We're live. I ain't gonna say that wasn't the round of applause from the crowd. He's running to the
I
end
can't.
zone. Running to the end zone.
Oh snap! I can't. All right. So it doesn't
Oh,
look like
now she's
anybody
all
else is
hot.
coming up. I'm always hot, shit. But it doesn't look like anybody's coming up. And again, I'm gonna put this link out here one more time just in case anybody wants to come up. But oh my gosh, on the my way home was crazy. Got to the airport, got to the airport on time. Everything was all good. Made it. I had a connecting flight, so everything was good. Everything was going well. I get to Dallas and sitting there waiting. Okay, 2 hours passed. 3 hours has passed now. I noticed that my flight keeps getting pushed back. Now I actually have the flight. It was about 10 times in one day that my flight was pushed back. Sometimes it was only by a few minutes. Sometimes it was significant, right? I think somebody just popped in. Let me see.
Was the pilot at the convention?
Mike Terrell. Hey,
Hey.
everybody.
Everybody,
Hey, dear. I'm gonna finish this up and then I'm gonna let you go. Okay.
go for it. Go
Um.
for it.
So yeah, I just noticed that it kept changing and kept changing and kept changing. Next thing I know, says my flight was going to be leaving at 12:26 a.m. All right, cool. Then I saw it switch to 7 a.m. And I said, I know doggone well. I almost said something else. I know doggone well. They did not just switch my flight to. I'm not staying overnight. When I tell you there was at least 80 people pissed off at once because they moved our flight so much. Then they said, okay, well, we'll get everybody hotel accommodations. We'll get you guys rides to and from the airport. Uh oh. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
We can
Can you
hear
hear
you.
me?
You're just stuck in the
Yep.
angry face. Oh, not.
Okay.
You okay?
Okay. It looked like it got stuck. But yeah, and so everybody was pissed. Everybody. And I have people talking about, oh, I have children to get home to. This is ridiculous. I'm like, well, look, I do too. But us standing here yelling at the people that have nothing to do with this is not going to get it things done faster. Just give me my hotel stipend so I can go. So then went to the hotel, spent the night. I woke up to 5 messages saying that my flight has changed again. So I was like, I will not be stuck in Dallas for a second night. I'm not going to do that. So I went and I talked to the people like at the front desk and see if I can get. Is there any other flights that I can get besides this one? And so they were able to hook me up with one. I think they left like around 6-ish, something like that. So I got home in a decent time. But that whole experience was a first. I've never experienced a layover, especially overnight or anything like that. I just didn't like the fact. I mean, they were communicating with us, but the problem I found out later was they couldn't find a pilot for my flight. And apparently, that next day they were having issues with the pilot being on that flight. Then too, that's why I switched. But it was crazy. But Mike Terrell,
Really?
welcome. Yes,
Hello.
man.
Yeah. So my hearing you tell that story is now going to make my story seem a bit underwhelming, but it is interesting nonetheless. So I carpooled to the Cincinnati airport on Monday morning with Harish and Marcus Dunhill, and we get there, and Harish goes off. So our flights leave like about an hour apart. Harish's flight leaves, then my flight leaves, then Marcus's flight leaves. So Harish goes off, his flight leaves, and Marcus says, well, yeah, I'll come sit with you at your gate till your flight leaves, and then I'll go to mine. So we're sitting there at the gate, and my phone buzzes and says, oh, your flight's been delayed 45 minutes. I was like, okay. Because I flew from Cincinnati to Atlanta and then back home. So
Okay.
we sit there, and then my phone buzzes again. My flight's now been delayed by 2 hours. And then 5 minutes later by 3 hours. So now I'm going to miss my connection in Atlanta because I had about a 2-hour layover in Atlanta. So, funnily enough, thank goodness for Marcus, he has access to one of the lounges at the airport through one of his credit cards or Sky Miles or something. So we were able to go in and sit there for a while instead of just sitting at the gate for 4 hours. I thought that now he was going to leave before me, which eventually didn't happen. I mean, my plane, which was originally scheduled to leave about 2 hours before Marcus's, left about 45 minutes before Marcus's plane did. So what I had to do is I had to go to the person at the gate and say, hey, this has been delayed too long. I'm going to miss my flight. So they booked me on another flight, thankfully going to the same airport on the same day, but it left Atlanta at 11 p.m. So then I got to Atlanta, and I have to wait 3 more hours to 11 p.m. It's now 11 p.m. I get on the plane, and we sit on the runway for an hour for no reason. We don't know why. So it's 3 a.m. by the time I get home. So it was a very long day. Other than that, the convention was great. I had a great time.
And see,
Dang.
Exactly.
I mean, T-Roy,
So,
you came from
man,
across
I'm
town.
telling you,
so...
it was crazy. I think Jay Bomber had the experience where he had to sleep in the airport overnight or something like that.
Yeah, he did. And then
but
Guy Clausen couldn't get to the convention because his travel agent booked him to the wrong airport. It seemed like half the people that were attending had some sort of travel issues.
Dang. Yeah, I had it easy, so I'm not going to talk.
You drove from the other side of town.
Exactly. That's why I'm not going to talk.
That's like if the convention was in Orlando. Like I'm an hour away. I'll just drive over.
Norwood missed his flight, and he was still able to get there pretty decent, huh?
Well, it meant that we gave our speeches at like 11:30, almost midnight. So I'm still not over that.
See, I felt bad too because my friend who was with me wanted to come. I was like, yeah, sure. You stop by, I'll pay for your interest fee, no problem. And I told her that the speech was first, then is the game. So I was expecting her to stay for just the speech. Little did we know that things were switched. So I was like, oh, I felt so bad for her, but she was willing to stay for the whole entire thing. So God bless her on that one. But it was like, yeah, when we did our speeches, it was darn near 11 o'clock at night. So it was, I mean, she was an angel for willing to stay for what's supposed to be a 15, 20-minute thing to like 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah, she is a sweetheart. I like her.
I gotta ask this question. Wow. Was it open bar? How was that?
Yeah.
I didn't partake in any drinks,
so you use your room key between 5 and 7, Mike?
5 and 7, yeah. And you got 2 free drinks per day between 5 and 7.
And you get I think it was 2 drinks. You can take up to 2 drinks. Oh, you mean y'all got 2 free drinks? That's all y'all got?
No, like if you were staying at the hotel, you got 2 free drinks every day between 5 and 7. I don't drink, so I never used it, but
same.
It was.
I got more than that.
Most people did. Most people.
I was like, that's all y'all had was 2? Oh, okay.
Next year, if y'all go and you get your 2 free drinks and you don't use them, I said next year, if they go and they get their 2 free drinks and they don't use them, just grab them and give them to me and A or AJ or somebody. I mean, it's there. It's there. Use it.
Well, see, I was like half awake too, so I didn't want to drink anything.
Yeah. Well, the other thing that about Friday night, the Hall of Fame ceremony. Yeah, the other thing about Friday night in the Hall of Fame ceremony, I thought that it was going to be at 7 o'clock. We're going to have like dinner at 6, and then the speeches were going to be at 7. I wore a suit, thinking that after I made the speech, I could go take it off. And then we were there all night.
See, now I'm gonna bring something that was only brought in the owner's channel, but I don't think nobody mind. The person on the top left really wanted me to dress up for that thing. And I was like, it's gonna be hot as heck that day, which it was. It was over 100 degrees with the humidity. I'm like, I'm wearing my. I showed her what I was wearing in the owner's channel, which was I took a picture of me while I'm at work holding my Baltimore Vultures jersey, which wasn't the jersey that I eventually wore anyway. But still, I was like, this is what I'm wearing during the Hall of Fame event. I have Ashley, Damon, who else? Jeremy. Trying to think. Anybody else who was in the owner's channel that showed up in the prior convention, showing pictures of them being dressed up. And then I hear Damon's story. It's like, man, his wife was mad at him for making them dress up because it was so freaking hot down there in one of those conventions. Like, well, see,
Well, yeah, Damon
and I'm like, nah.
was in Houston. So, yes, it was very hot that weekend.
Yeah. There's a minute.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna.
I mean, I get
Wasn't
it.
gonna follow that young lady on the top left's advice about being dressed up.
But she would have looked so good.
Say that again.
You look good anyway. You look good anyway. But they was in their suits and they looked nice and dapper and GQ.
Oh yes, they did.
It was nice.
You're right. They did. They did look nice, and you're right. I did look good. I was told I need to appreciate myself more, so I'm gonna start doing that. So yeah, I did look good.
But you should. That's right.
It was.
And I
was
told you,
kind
man, if
of
you ever
odd.
need some, reassurance, you know.
It was kind of odd because I changed into my shirt and tie and jacket and I went downstairs at dinner, so about 5:30. And everybody's like, "Oh, look who's dressed up!" Oh, and I expected everybody else to be dressed up. I saw Ashley. I'm like, "Yeah, okay, cool." And then I saw you and Hunter, and you're just in your jerseys, and I'm like, "Oh no, what have I done?"
You dress for the occasion. It's just unfortunately there are some knuckleheads who's like, nope, we're wearing our jerseys today, so you're fine.
Well, I rationalize it this way: it's not my player going in the Hall of Fame; it's the broadcaster. So I can't wear the jersey.
See, if I'm fortunate enough to get voted in the Hall of Fame as somebody else, not as a player, but as wherever else I could be, I'm still gonna wear my jersey. I'm sorry. If I'm get voted for my personality, yeah, you go to jersey.
No, Troy, you are not gonna wear your jersey.
Says who?
Even if I gotta go buy you, even if I gotta go buy you a shirt and a tie, I'm gonna see you in something else. Dang it! Besides that daggone jersey.
I'm gonna let you know now. If I ever make it, it's gonna take me 6 months just to buy the blazer. So that's all it's gonna be: jeans, a t-shirt, and the blazer, and that's gonna be it.
Remember, it's gonna be hot because these conventions always take place in the summer. I don't know if you want to
throw it on right before you walk up. Just put the blazer on right before you walk up. That's it.
So you underestimate Cam's idea to hold it in Vermont, where
or Buffalo.
Well, we will get up to Buffalo at some point. There's too many SFL people up there not to.
Man, Mike already not threatened me, but he already told me that if it's in Buffalo, he's gonna pick up my ass, like come down to Cincinnati, pick me up, drive me back to Buffalo, and then drop me right back off to Cincinnati. So if it's in Buffalo, it's a lock apparently.
I was there for that conversation. I can confirm it happened.
DJ Woods was there, and he, finally revealed his face to me. I'm like, bro, you trying to be all mysterious and stuff. Um, Good dude. He was one of the ones that actually did push-ups with me during the season that wasn't on my team. Just decided that, hey, I like the fact that you're taking responsibility, and I'm gonna get down there with you. Actually, I still owe 20. So DJ, you better get your arms ready, bro. We got 20 to do if you still doing it. You too, Diggy.
Did
I didn't
y'all
throw
lose
no.
a
I
bet
didn't
or
throw no
something?
picks. I didn't throw no picks.
No,
No,
you
did
don't have. No, you're my GM. You're my GM.
did he wear the mask?
So
He said on the show he was
did
he
who
was gonna wear a
did,
mask, right, for the face reveal.
he wore the mask. He wore the
What
mask,
mask was
and then he took it off. It was in Vancouver.
it? Okay.
I have pictures. It's actually on the show I did earlier. But yeah, so we got anyway, T Roy, every time I throw one pick, it equals 10 push-ups. So typically it's Eddie and I. Um Diggy decided he wanted to join too, which I was greatly, I was thoroughly impressed that he just volunteered. But you can't back out of it now, bro. You're gonna have to get them elbows going with us.
Hey, it's an. I got old man elbows. They're clicking and all that stuff. It's like,
Dude, I want to hear it. I'm older than all three of y'all here. I want to hear that crap.
No, you're not. You're
military
not.
ruined me. I'm mid-30s, but my
Oh, you
body's
have a
like
point.
58, 50. No, they had a. What was I saying with it? You can do the 10 push-ups per interception, but if Eddie gets a pick six, it wipes out the rest of them for the season. How about that?
Oh yeah,
Okay, then
Oh,
if I get a
that
pick six,
almost
it wipes
happened
out the
though.
rest of the season.
it did.
Keep talking about things that'll never happen. He's cursed.
Oh,
He almost
Hey,
got it.
you heard
Legit,
you
almost
heard
got
a
one.
broadcaster say something. Broadcaster's curse right there. He
I
said
know.
it. It's happening this
Hey,
week.
he couldn't even get one in real life. So how is this happening on TV?
Dang. Dang.
Hey, who did get a pick six in that flag football game? There
It
was
was
one.
type attack. It was type
Ty.
attack.
oh, that's messed up, Mike. I can't believe you said that. DJ, that's gonna be a fresh no on that, brother. No,
That means she
not
ain't
right
doing
now.
them, DJ. That means she ain't
No,
doing them.
that's not what I said. I'm not doing them right now, right this second. No.
She's gonna pile them on to the next week.
There you go.
The next week.
You didn't get any interceptions this time. I missed your game, unfortunately, so I don't know. All I know is that you guys won
Yeah.
at the end. You did, bro?
Yeah, that through too.
Dang.
Yeah.
So that's the 20 you referring to?
Mhm.
Yes.
If it's a tipped pass interception or something, I don't think that should count.
Yeah, unless I did now. Yeah, maybe.
If it's your usual blatant throw it to the wrong color jersey, I mean that
Dang, blatant throw into the wrong color
that's,
jersey.
No.
that's a 10.
Hey,
So, I mean, some of those last season, you looked right at them, thought about it, and said, "Why not?" And then threw it to them.
Yeah, thank you, by the way, Ashley. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
oh, listen. I told you my prescriptions and my sun visor wasn't working that well. I don't know why you like to bring up old stuff. But anybody else?
It was nighttime that game, Ash. I don't want to hear that.
What?
That last pick you threw last season was nighttime. I don't want to hear that. There's no sun visors involved.
Yeah, I still couldn't see you. If I can't see in the daytime, you think I'm gonna see at night, Troy? Ty attack your boy through 3 versus Portland. Okay, so Ty, you gonna get down here and do some push-ups too?
Oh my gosh. She's inviting everybody to this challenge.
If there's anybody that can, it's type attack. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, he's in good shape.
Absolutely.
Mr.
Absolutely.
Quarterback of the winning flag football team right there.
Yeah. Looking good. And I don't know, Andy, Andy like he can kind of toss the ball around a little bit. You
Hey,
know?
if they do the drone thing again next year and they do the flag football thing again next year, you should probably look at like some of those old school netted things we used to wear at PE class or something, so
Yeah,
people at home
we talked
know who's
about
on what
that.
team.
They're called pennies.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
talked
I
about
know.
that.
Yeah.
I was talking to BJ on the phone. I was like, man, I can tell where they are when they line up, but other than that, it just looks like a big cluster to me. I said, what the hell's going on?
Listen, it was hard to tell on the field too.
Come on. Man.
I know that Andy's team
You could have came out there and
all
helped paint people's minds.
I know Andy's team all tried to wear like the same color shirt, and then it did not happen.
See, we had to do the
Oh
draft
man. Either way.
beforehand so that everybody who's on one team can come in with white jerseys and everybody else can come in any other color. And then we know who's who.
See, the problem is if you do the draft before everybody gets to the convention, then if someone backs out or someone's trip gets canceled, just everything goes out the window. It's better to do it there. I think you're right. I think we need just pennies, and those are easily acquired.
All right. Maybe for next time. I really want to see you guys play Cam at basketball because apparently that's his sport. That's where he supposedly
He has
shines.
a jump shot.
But have you seen it?
No, I haven't seen. I heard stories, and after I guess hearing the stories of him playing football, I don't doubt it. He's taller than me, so I know he will definitely posterize me if I try to. He'd be like the Kembe Mutombo. Every time I try to shoot something, he smack away like no, 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 no.
Listen, you're talking to the
Yeah,
person who's 5'1" down here. I ain't getting on no basketball court.
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
I'll get my ankles broken easily.
I used to play basketball, but man, I tore my knee up just standing there during a co-ed softball game. My knees ain't built for that no more.
not just standing there.
Yeah,
How do
pretty
you
much.
tell your knee up standing there?
All it takes is a twist. All it takes
That
is
ain't, that's no lie.
I'll tell you what though,
you go to get moving, it don't take much.
I may or may not have hit the deck in warm-ups because I did not understand how wet the grass was.
Oh dang, yeah, y'all did went early in the morning, did you?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you got to get out there next year, T-Roy.
Yeah.
You gonna be quarterbacking next year for the flag football game, AJ?
Yeah, there is no way. I need to lose a lot more weight before I go back out there. You see how big I am.
I was gonna say you finally
reason,
get your. Sorry, go ahead, AJ.
I was the only reason why I didn't play this time because I didn't bring the right shoes. I would have had my butt out there playing
Everybody else wearing tennis shoes.
and dared somebody to try and say something. Yeah, I didn't bring mine, man. That's all I'm saying. I didn't bring mine.
If there's kickers
And
in
I
the
wasn't getting ready
NFL
to
that
go
used to
swimming.
kick barefoot, you can throw that ball barefoot too. Quarterback's too protected.
Listen. Yeah, okay.
So
I would like to be able to walk the airport and walk off the plane, not ride. And Ty for Tech says Eddie should do some push-ups for challenging me to throw it his way, and I proceeded to throw it right over his head to Paulie, trying to recreate week 3.
Ooh,
See, already,
dang.
I need
And
Ty
then he
to
says,
type
then
in.
he proceeds to say,
I need Ty to type in what Eddie's response was after that happened. I just woke up. I just got here. You're lucky I'm still tired.
I didn't stretch.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I hope Cam watches the show because Ty says that he has him on one-on-one all day. So I would love to see that. I really would love to see that.
And so
And
you
of
miss
course,
Ryan. There he is.
yeah. What's up, Ryan? Good to see you, dear. Ryan Arloski, everybody. DJ Woods. Oh, that's sax. Oh, that's easy sax all day. Oh, you know what? See, if y'all can't bring me down in the game, you gonna bring me down on the field. I don't understand that. I mean,
I think he's saying he's fast enough to take that flag from you.
oh, okay. But I'm elusive enough so he won't. So
It,
all right.
I ain't. I'm slow.
You get out there. You get out there.
I'm like my all pro football stuff. Only thing I can do is run up the middle and get stopped for a loss.
And
I was
make the
gonna
Hall of
say,
Fame.
T. Roy, you had that big in your speech. You said you initially wanted to be a wide receiver. Now's your chance.
There you go.
Yes, in the video game. Yes.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, I had to be the tight end, like the heaviest tight end of all time.
Oh
I'm glad
man.
y'all had fun. I really hope I can make it next year and get to meet everybody. So
I hope so too.
Yeah.
It's a great time.
Yeah, same here.
I think I'm gonna do
Definitely.
what some of y'all did, and these horror stories I'm hearing this year about the flights. I may get there a day early and just go ahead and plan on leaving a day late.
Well, I got
Yeah.
there on
I'm just hoping
Thursday
it's in
for the first
Buffalo.
time.
Then I can have Dash pick me up.
Yeah. So for the past 4 conventions, I've gotten there on Friday and just gone straight into it. This year, with the people that wanted to go to the soccer game on Thursday night, I got it on Thursday. And I'll tell you what, I'm getting in on Thursday every year from now on. It's so much easier. Flights are cheaper because it's not a weekend. There's less traffic getting to and from the airport. It's really nice to get there a day early.
I'm hoping it's in Nashville. I'm hoping it's in Nashville. That way I can just drive there and not have to worry about it.
About doing it.
I
I
know I
mean,
was
you never
talking with
know. You never.
somebody that was hoping to be in Nashville.
I've heard Nashville banded around. I've heard Indianapolis as well as Buffalo.
Oh, Indy
So
would be. I'd be okay with Indianapolis, even though I don't like Indiana. I
I
can
mean,
just
listen,
drop the kids off.
I love
Yeah,
Indianapolis.
same
I
here.
spent some summers there when I was in school at summer camp. I love Indianapolis. It's a great city.
That's the only thing going on in Indiana right there. Indianapolis. Oh
Oh
man.
man. Well, did y'all have any last words y'all wanted to say before I let everybody go this evening?
Hey, I just want to
Words
say
of wisdom.
thank you for everybody that attended the convention and make me feel like confirming what I originally thought when I first joined the league is that y'all make me feel like I'm part of a big family. So I sincerely appreciate that. Thank you for everybody else at the convention that showed me and show everybody else uh, a lot of love. And that's why I'll never forget. It's just the love and friendship, the feeling of acceptance that was shown unconditionally at the convention this past weekend. So, like I said, I wish I can relive that convention over again just for that feeling alone.
Don't worry, keep coming to these conventions and keep reaching out to people. Troy, you always had that feeling. All right.
Yeah,
Right.
similar to T Roy. Yeah, just thank you to everybody for all your Discord messages and texts and everything about the Hall of Fame. And when I put it on social media, I got a really big response, and I really appreciate everybody in this community. Um, you are the reason that I'm able to do what I do for a living, and I really appreciate that. Although my I get the best part about every convention is meeting new people for the first time, and they hear my voice and go, "Oh yes, you're the broadcaster," and they have to look down and go, "That is not what I imagined you look like." It's my favorite part. I'll leave you with that.
All good. All good, man. I actually got that too. People thought that I was taller because I was on the show. I thought you were taller. I didn't know you was that short. Like, bro, I'm 5'2". I don't know where. I don't know why y'all think.
It's because you're so close to the camera.
Is that what it is?
It makes
But
everything
see,
else behind you look smaller.
Ashley didn't have to worry about that reaction from me because I knew she was that short.
And you see how everybody sits on the camera. When you sit closer, your head is like towards the top of the camera, so you look bigger on the camera. You look taller.
Yes, I am 5'2". Yes, I am.
That's how
And I
tall
can
she was
throw
going to make her
too.
wide receiver too when she thought about it.
I think it was like 5'7". See, no, no, man. And it was funny because I thought that T Roy was actually a little bit shorter than what he was.
Ha!
But no, it was a nice surprise, though. It was a nice surprise. Um,
I actually have
oh,
gotten shorter. I was 5'11". Apparently, I'm 5'10" now. So as you get older, you do get shorter.
Hmm.
yeah, yeah, supposedly. Hey, shut up. Ryan says, haha, she's like Tyreek Hill, short and fast. Damn right. Diggy, you got any
Uh,
last words?
Congrats to everybody that made it into the Hall of Fame. Y'all worked hard to get there. It's been quite a good long road for you. So it's good to see everybody's hard work pay off, and they get to live that experience. I'm glad everybody made it to the convention, made it back home safe. I really hope I can make it next year. Also, want to say good luck to everybody this season. Don't worry too much about week one. Like we said in the show earlier, everybody's still trying to figure this stuff out with the new game. I'm sure it'll be another couple weeks of teams still kind of throwing things against the wall and seeing what happens. And I'm going to go ahead and thank T. Roy and Mike early for the drinks that they'll be providing me that they won't drink next year at the convention. And I'll see you next week. And hopefully y'all
All
come back on
right.
the show again soon. I mean, it's been awesome. I like this part now, live, and being able to have y'all hop in. So
Hey,
Yeah,
something I just realized. This became a Hall of Fame show.
it really did.
mhm.
It really
That's because
did.
the Hall of Famers know how to lead by example. That's why they're in the Hall of Fame. You see, this is how you hop on
Hey.
AJ's live right here.
Well, two of them. I don't know about the guy on the bottom right. That's
Oh,
apparently a picture wearing all red. I don't know about that Joker, but the other two, yeah, they're definitely leaders.
Come
Well,
on, T Roy, join the club.
glad I could be the extra wheel on here. I'm the flat. Y'all,
Nah, you're not the flat. You've been rocking AJ show ever since you joined, man.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
yeah, yeah, you have. And again, the reason, my reasoning for doing this is to try to showcase everybody's talents. If you wanted to be on the show, like you, Diggy and Troy, y'all expressed that you wanted to be on the show and you wanted to be on part of it, and you guys definitely help give it more personality. I love the way we banter and we bicker with each other and things like that because that's what friends do. That's what people that care about each other do. Give each other a hard time, and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it's all love at the end. I want to say thank. I didn't thank the owners that voted for me in my speech, so I definitely want to thank all of the owners that took the time out to write, or select my name on the ballot, for that prestigious honor. It would always mean a lot to me. I meant every word in my speech that I made. I care about each and every one of you, and though sometimes y'all get on my nerves, um, I wouldn't have it any other way, because I do understand that for some, this SFL is all they have. They may not have family, they may be alone, they may have other things going on, and this is their escape. So anytime that we can make a positive difference in someone's lives, it means a lot to me. Mike, I remember hearing you're one of the very first voices that I heard when I came into the league. I thought you were very charismatic. I thought that I could definitely learn a lot from you. And you and EK were very patient with me when I did my broadcasting for the first time. And I know I messed up. But you guys definitely helped me realize that it's okay. And um, I wish you guys the best in everything that you do. T Roy and Diggy, like I said, you guys have been there for me through thick and thin, helping me out, helping bring more life and more personality to the show, more than I could give, you know. Um, and I will always be forever grateful, for the friendships that I've acquired here, and hope to be able to cultivate more and to make the ones that I already have grow. And that's about it, you know.
You say,
So
I'm gonna say one more thing since you're all getting all heartfelt and crap, all that. I want to thank you for all the extra you do outside of the league. Personally for myself.
I already did my crying on
And
last Friday. I'm done with that.
and when AJ says in her, when we do the mental health show and stuff like that, if anybody does have any problems, she's more than willing to talk, and you know, she's more than helpful with it, and she don't even have to say anything. So I appreciate you, and I appreciate everybody in this league because this is an escape for me, and I am one of the few that this is basically what I got. So thank all of you, the whole league, and I'm good for the night. So
Yeah, I'll echo that.
awesome, awesome, awesome. Gotcha, Ryan. I think y'all make a positive impact on the SFL community. We definitely try. You're definitely doing it yourself, man. But I'm gonna go ahead and end this off, and I cannot wait to bring you guys another great show next week, y'all. But until then, y'all stay safe, treat each other well. For Mike Torello, for Diggy, and for Troy, we, and for Striker, we're out.
oh, she almost
One
forgot
more
herself.
thing
That was
before I let you
perfect.
go.
Oh my
Don't
goodness, I
forget
thought it was
my
over.
tools. It will be. Shut up. All right. Don't forget, guys. If you would like to make a purchase on myfootballtools.com, use SFL Nights um in your for intercode SFL Nights for 10% off your purchase. Definitely worth it. I will be for the next few weeks. I will be talking more about it, getting people introduced to the product, and hopefully, people will find enjoyment out of using this. All right. So, y'all have a good night, everybody.
Hey,
Peace.
Destro, if you see this, just remember who showed the love. I mean, an 80, 90% discount for this week. I mean, you can throw it my way, brother. Thank you.
Bye. Oh, man.